Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm feeling pretty good on a Monday night. This is DTPDX Live. I am Justin McDonald here on Talkcast PDX. We're streaming live on several different platforms at the same time, and we're streaming live from Dante's. Excuse me, I had a little frog in my throat. But we are coming to you live from Dante's in downtown Portland, and we come here every week and hang out. We normally come down on Wednesday nights, but we mix it up a little bit, and we came down here on Monday, for a little karaoke from hell. We got karaoke from hell going on tonight, so if you catch this live stream, stick around for that because you're going to have a good time. It's karaoke from hell. What could go wrong? And we've talked to several good guests on this show. Our first show was Storm Large and Eric McFadden. We got them kind of late on that night. It was a lot of fun though. We waited around for them. We listened to practice and band, the warm up, and then they came and sat down for a little bit, and we had a little nosh and chatted. Always great to chat with folks like that. Storm Large. I mean, come on, Eric McFadden. Come on, it's great. For our first show, it was a good time. And then we've talked to some other folks, across the board. We've talked to Portland Elvis on. We talked to Jonesy for a while. I had Hopeless Jack on last week, and we chatted about some of the things going on in different places and different venues that Dante's, helps run. Of course, you got Dante's, the Star Theater, Jack London Review. Those are some of my favorite spots to hit, too, by the way. And we'll talk about some of the things coming up at Dante's this weekend. I know the Adolescence with Negative Approach is on Thursday. Tickets are $20 if you want to check that out. Show starts at 9. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Try to get a late one in there. Let's see. We got some people texting us and also messaging us during the program, which is kind of fun. Um, where's your guest? Oh, it should be here shortly. We were going to have our guest was going to be Michael Damron, and there was a little bit of a mix-up, and we didn't quite get him. So we had to punt, and we're gonna have a different guest. All right, and we're gonna have Bradley here, Bradley Batten, and we'll talk to him as soon as he shows up here. We will chat with him a little bit. But we like to we're live streaming from the booth today because we couldn't get on the stage because there's too much gear up on the stage. But we're gonna make sure that next week we get on the stage because that's where we want to be. We want to be up there in the lights, so everybody can see us and hanging out and all that good stuff. And I got to tell you though, Portland never fails me. There's always something strange happening. I came downtown, parked my car. I wasn't even near where I'm at now. I was way away, probably 10 blocks away. The guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey man, you see that rainbow?" And it's raining, by the way. And I'm like, I don't see the rainbow, man. He's like, "It's all over. It's a rainbow." And he just walked away. Portland never fails me. It always gives me something good. It's something good to talk about. Great. Good times here in Portland. Live streaming from Dante's. This is DTPDX Live. You want to go to Facebook and like us there, Downtown PDX Live. Yes, please go there and like that on Facebook. Also on Instagram, on the gram. If you're on the gram, you're going to want to check it out. So the gram, also, you want to follow Talkcast PDX on the gram too, because we're there. We're there for you. Lots of great shows on Talkcast PDX. If you like podcasts and video shows and YouTube and things like that, you should go there. There's a new show tomorrow night. Was That an Orgy? It's intriguing. It starts streaming at 5 o'clock on TalkCastPDX.com. Oh, my goodness. Was that an orgy? Was that an orgy? I just love the name of the show. Hoping that our guest shows up here shortly. We're only about 5 minutes in, so sometimes when you're doing live streaming stuff, stuff happens, and we just gotta wait it out, and hopefully the guest will show up. I just, I'm a little when things like that happen. Friday night coming up here at Dante's. Sean James with special guest Grave Dancer. That's going to be a good one. Tickets are $20. Doors open at 8. Show starts at 9. If you're looking for something to do on your Friday night, planning it, getting ready for your Friday, that's a good show. I would like to go to that show. I can't make it on Friday, but I think Saturday, Monolord and the Fire Breather and Simple Forms are going to be here. And that's going to be a good show. I like those guys. Monolord. Good stuff. Tickets are only $20, so you're looking for something to do Friday night, go hang out, have a good time, come down to Dante's. We'll hit up what's coming at the Star Theater and the Jack London Review coming up here in just a few minutes. I'm still waiting on my guest. Should I just take a little nap in the booth? I just fall asleep in the booth. Hell no. I'm going to go get a slice from Pizza Slut. Oh, man, Pizza Slut. I just like how delicious it is, like crispy and that kind of style of pizza. It attracts me. As you can tell, I like lots of pieces of pizza. That's the way it goes. So, if you're, like I said before, though, if you want to check out Dante's, you're going to want to check out their website. You can go to danteslive.com. That's danteslive.com. You can get info on live music and shows, what's happening here downtown. It's DTPDX Live. We live stream from Dante's every week. And I'm pretty sure the guest is going to be here shortly, hopefully. We're waiting on the guest. I haven't seen the guest yet. Oh, Bradley, where are you? Okay, sorry, I'm just being goofy. Maybe it's those gin and tonics that they were feeding me before. No, just kidding. But we are going to have one of those again when this is all done. And I think my guy is here. So, excuse me. I think Bradley is here. There's Bradley. Hi, Bradley. How are you? Have a seat. We're just doing our live stream. Glad you could make it. Yeah. Got your dog? What's your dog's name?
Zeke.
Zeke. That is fitting. We were just talking about the band Zeke a few minutes ago. Zeke, you're awesome, Zeke. How you doing?
All right.
Welcome to the show.
Cool. Thank you for having me. What's your name?
I'm Justin.
Justin?
And it's DTPDX Live. We come here every week. We've been doing Wednesdays, but we decided to come down on Monday so we can get a little more maximum exposure for the week.
All right.
I felt like we were getting shortchanged a day or two.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, we love the dogs on this show, very much so. But they're setting up for karaoke from hell.
Right.
So Anthony, no, yeah, Bradley.
Yes.
Bradley Batten.
Okay,
I wanted to make sure I had it right, Jones, because our other guests canceled.
Yeah, Mike D.
Yeah, we appreciate you, hopping in and filling in for them because it's, like the old adage, the show must go on, right? We don't just pack up and go home because a guest doesn't show up.
Yeah, you got to find somebody else to fill those shoes.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you from the area?
Well, I'm originally from Phoenix, but my family moved here when I was 13 in 86. So I've been an Oregonian since December of 86. We moved to Sandy. And then I ended up out on the west side because my stepdad got a job at Intel. And then I moved into the city when I was about 17 and started playing in bands and
just never looked back.
Yeah.
You okay with me without having my mask on?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's just
I was here when Frank opened up this place.
Wow.
And when it was just one room and the ceilings were much lower, and
wow,
seeing it through all of its different stages of development to what it is now, and seen lots of shows here, lots of really good shows, played lots of really good shows here.
That's awesome. Lots of good memories in this building.
Yeah.
22 years this place has been here now.
Yeah, for real. We did the anniversary party this year with the Mummies. Got to play on that show. That was really exciting.
You've been playing in a lot of different bands, right?
Yeah, kind of one at a time mostly, but yeah, they add up.
Run down just a few of the bands you played with.
It's a short list. I was in the Weaklings from about summer of
What are those?
summer of '93 till today. Still, we still tentatively play. The last show we played was a couple years ago for Tootie's birthday. But there was the Weaklings. There was the Lucky 13s that started summer of '97, and we just released our first full length. That just came out. We're having a record release party for it April 1st at Star Theater.
That's awesome. Is that what label's that on?
We put it out ourselves.
Awesome. I was
Yeah.
just going to ask you to do a self.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of old recordings that have stockpiled, added up over the years, stuff that just really needed to see the light of day. So to have those out and behind us is a good feeling. Kind of get to move on to the next stuff, next batch.
Who else?
After the Lucky 13s, there's been a band called the Darlins.
Yeah.
And we went up to Seattle and recorded before that band fizzled out, which is great. We have a great recording of an album that we recently just found and got mastered, and we're printing it. So that'll be out by the end of summer. Then after Darlins started...
The Lost Darlins tape, right?
The Lost Darlins tape was found, and it rips. It's a really strong record, and I'm really happy that we found it, and we're really proud of it. But after that group then started Problems with Kelly Halliburton and Maddie Kay, and did Problems for quite a few years. Then there just became too many problems, and I walked away. I walked away from it for interpersonal reasons. I couldn't get along with somebody in the group that
never happens in bands, right? That just never happens.
Yeah. So I just didn't want to be associated with the person, and the band obviously didn't have my back, so that's the way it went. And then I started a group called Magic Gardens with Jeff Fieldhouse and Chris Carey.
Busy.
And that group kind of fizzled out right when the pandemic hit. We our bass player was in like 3 or 4 other bands, and he kind of, I was talking about records coming out and trips to the East Coast or stuff like this, and plane tickets and things like this. And he's like, maybe this is a good time for me to bow out and back out. So we kind of lost the rhythm section right at the beginning of the pandemic. And so that band is, I wouldn't say it's done, but it's definitely it's in the shop.
It's on hold. It's on hold.
Yeah, right.
You put a down payment and just hold on to
There's still a bunch of material that is really good that hasn't been recorded yet that I want to record, because I think it's worth recording. If we're going to spend the time writing it, you might as well record it and release it. So it's always been my kind of motto with music is, write it, record it, release it, and support it.
Banging out.
You got a tour to support it, and then do the next one.
I saw a great interview not too long ago with a producer friend of mine. It's a small producer, but he's produced a lot of indie bands and stuff over the years, punk bands and stuff. And like he said that there's only one way. I mean, with all the technology and the internet and all this stuff, there's still only one way to really get your music connected to an audience, and that's to play live.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to hit the road. You got to.
For some people, it's the only way to sell records.
Yeah, and merch and the rest of the stuff that goes along with all of that to support your art. He was really adamant about the fact that the pandemic, it did put a big hurt on the music industry, but now I think everybody's adapted, and we're ready for the next time something like this, another wave or another, something like this happens. I think we'll be ready, hopefully.
It's I kind of I think that there's some things that maybe won't come back, maybe some things that will come back but will be better. or different.
Mhm.
And then there'll just be some new things that we just
Does this just evolve into the next thing?
yeah, I guess. I mean, who's to say what the future of live entertainment looks like? A lot of it looks the same. People are just got cabin fever bad, and they're coming out and they're drinking like they've never drank before, and
What do you
just
think about? What do you think about? Like, to use the term punk rock music, right? Um, Nowadays, a lot of people are self-producing stuff and things like that, but um, I see the kids. I don't see a lot of young punk bands.
uh,
You know what I mean? Younger bands. Like
yeah, yeah, I
when I
do.
was 18, there was a lot of bands, and they were all dudes that were 18.
Right, right.
Or 19
I
years
to be
old.
honest, I don't see a lot of young punk bands because of where I work. I
Mm-hmm.
work here,
Yeah, yeah.
and I don't get out as much as I used to when I was in my 20s and 30s. I'm turning 49 this week.
There we go. Welcome to the club.
49.
Welcome to the
Yeah.
club.
So, as much as I want to, I just don't get out as much. And I mean, I know that there's a huge scene in this town and in all sorts of towns of bands that only do house parties, only do
Yeah.
basement gigs. There's a whole network of people, punks that just, anti-venue and,
Yeah.
like shit like this. And it's totally like
I didn't
anarchists,
realize how prolific the hip hop scene is in
Yeah,
Portland.
yeah, it's grown despite themselves.
Yeah.
They
There's lots
they
of
have shot themselves
shows.
in the foot over and over and over again. They can't find a fucking venue that will let them do their thing
Mm-hmm.
because they can't control their crowd. And
It happens.
besides that, they have still been able to grow, which is good for them. But I mean, that's the thing about Portland is every single kind of music at all is going to get supported. I mean,
Right.
I booked the Satyricon for a year, and in that year, that's kind of what I walked away with and learned that like everything under the sun, you know, it gets major support in this
Sure.
town, and it takes all kinds.
That's
So
I noticed that too. That there's so many different venues. And there's so many different types of music being played at different places and different things. And
mhm.
I really dig that, having a choice of being able to go, hey, I'm going to go to that club because I know they're going to have the sweet jazz. Or I'm going to go to that club because I know they're going to have some crazy ass metal, death metal dudes,
Right, right, right.
I love just being able to have those choices. And Portland seems to be
A lot of
hanging
cities don't
in
have
there.
that.
I know they seem to be hanging in there. I mean, I lived in Anchorage, Alaska for 10 years. And let me tell you, there ain't no music scene there.
I'll bet.
I mean, I think the biggest band that came out of Alaska was like 38 Crazy Fists or something like that.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I remember that
they had
band.
minor success. They still play, I think.
Oh, you know what? I know somebody that is
But I
their
think they
roadie.
have a Portland tie. See that what I mean? That
Yeah, yeah.
even though they're from, most of the members are from there, they always have a
A
member
connection to another
somewhere,
city. Yeah,
yeah, to another big city. So
yeah.
it's not like the A&R guy flew to Anchorage to check them out.
Right. And
Maybe
I
hang
think
out
that
at.
most of their stuff has been a DIY kind of thing too.
Mhm.
You know.
And you get to go on tour and you get to do some things that are fun. Have you done any tours?
Oh, I've done a lot of touring.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Uh,
quite sure how much touring you've
well,
done.
with the Weaklings, did quite a bit of touring in the United States.
Yeah. How
And
was that? Was
with
that like a van
a
tour?
van.
Was that like a van type tour?
Yes, there's been lots of vans. Our first one actually though was in a like a
This is for the Weaklings, right?
like a Chevy S10 with a canopy and a fucking flatbed with like 2x4 walls and a tarp. We went to New York and back in that fucking thing. That was pretty ridiculous. But yeah, lots of touring in the United States, the intercontinental United States with that band, and then some touring in the States with the Problems, but a lot of touring in Mexico and in Europe. Quite a bit of touring in Europe with Problems. That was
It's a little
really
different
good.
scene over there, right? I mean, how it
Yeah,
works.
it's night and day. It's night and day. The hospitality is
crazy.
it's through the roof. People are so fucking kind and into it and just sincere.
Yeah.
Really, really sweet, dear people. Just really take care of you. And being from Portland, they just fucking roll the carpet out, man. It's like our own little.
That's awesome.
Detroit's got their thing, but we got Portland too. There's a lot of people that have come before us that have like laid the groundwork. So when you go through and you're from Portland,
They dig that.
they treat you like you're gonna kick ass. They know you're gonna fucking be great because you're from Portland, so you better be great.
Yeah.
But with Dead Moon and Poison Idea and Napalm Beach, those people going before us, and laying the groundwork, it's been pretty cool,
You playing
to
any?
meet a bunch of people and go to all these places and shit. It's been a real experience.
I was
Real
gonna
good time.
I was gonna ask you when you're gonna be playing again, but let me ask you one more question about touring. What's the coolest place that you've been? Like, you were just like, wow, this is next level. I know you said Europe's cool, but was there any particular? I know that's a lot of years to clouded memory.
There's so many fucking places, but I gotta say, like Guadalajara, and the first time we were in Mexico City, were fucking Monterrey, Guadalajara, fucking Mexico, dude, just fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Really, really enthusiastic fans knowing the lyrics and singing them back at
Full
you. Full
mosh crowd,
like
the whole thing, and
just
doing it,
dancing, not like moshing or whatever, but just
yeah,
like
you guys
into
have
it. You know what I mean?
Used as a general
sure.
term for excitement.
Overseas, man, fuck, dude. Like, there's just been so many situations where, like, we show up at this place and it's a fucking like some Indian restaurant, or like something like this, and there's glass walls. It's like an L. There's not really a stage, it's like, what the fuck is this? How's this gonna go? But it's Scott's birthday, so we're kind of in a good mood. And the next thing you know, the fucking place is jammed, fucking packed up the walls full of people, and then outside people fucking smashed up against the glass, watching from outside through.
Wow.
Just crazy in the streets, fucking party,
Wow.
Stuff like that. This bunker that we played in, this city.
I like the way you call it a bunker, because it probably was.
It was a real bunker, yeah. And I can't remember how to pronounce the name of the city, but there's this place in the Czech Republic we played a few times. It was always right after Prague. We play there, and our bass player's fucking phenomenal, and he's been there and done that with fucking shit tons of bands.
Yeah.
But this one time we played there, I think it was the second or third time we had played there. As we were getting off stage, I heard him say, "That was one of the best shows I've ever played in my life," and I was like, "Yeah, that really was, dude. It was fucking insane." I mean, like, they just like, I mean, they grabbed me and throw me around like a fucking rag doll, But like, it was cool. We had a really, really, really kick-ass one in Croatia. It's been some beautiful, beautiful places that we've been to, and lots of really good times. Fucking, Oslo.
Norway, yeah.
Oslo and Stockholm.
I could see that getting a little nutty.
Yeah. Like the first time we were in Oslo, like these Nazis were having a fucking Christmas party. These Nazis from
Nazi Christmas party.
They were from Stockholm, and they went to Oslo to have this party.
Oh my!
And they were like these old timey dudes that people knew them from like the 80s and shit, And they're like, "What the fuck are you doing coming here, having some get together?"
Almost have a riot.
And so people, became aware of it and get alerted to it, and then people started going over there and checking it out, and then there was like, it started building and building and building. And there's like this kind of tension, in the night of like, how's it gonna go? And they're like, just play. So we started playing, and about halfway through our set, some guy comes and grabs the mic and says something, blah blah blah. So somebody had gotten hurt, so everybody's leaving to
Whoa.
go over there. But then, like, Kelly's taking off his bass. I'm ready to, we're all, but they're like, no, wait, please keep playing. Just keep playing,
Like
please.
it's normal.
So
keep everything
like
normal.
they just didn't want us to stop because of this.
Wow.
So we finished the set even though we didn't want to, and half the people stayed. Some people came back. There was like blood on this guy's boots, and like the next day in the front page of the paper has this fucking Nazi covered in blood with his tattoos all blurred out. It's like, it says Blitz punks ruined Nazi Christmas party or something like that.
Wow, well, that's
the
cool.
place we were playing was called Blitz. It's a squat,
At least the punks ruined it, right?
And it's front page news the next day on the paper. It's really, really crazy. So then the next time we were there, that was the line that they, for their, like, their listing, they put out every month, or the calendar was, remember that time that band that played a long time ago when the fucking we had to crush those Nazis? Well, they're back, and it was a fucking party. Like the promoter was saying to us that, like, there's these people there that, like, they just sit around and fucking smoke dope all day, and they're like, they're always at every show, but they're not like doing anything but this, just fucking getting high and shit. But like, even they were like dancing and partying and having fun.
That's awesome.
Doing flips and shit. So that was the cool thing about that group, was like, we'd get like, 50, 60-year-old people fucking just partying and dancing right there with the kids. We bring the idiot out of people.
Well, I like the story. I like the Oslo Nazi Christmas party punks story, because when punks do good, you get excited about it.
Absolutely.
When's your next gig? When are you going to play again?
The Lucky 13s are playing April 1st at Star Theater. I'm actually in one other group that's it's a Halloween group. It started about 11 or 12 years ago, called the Edgar Allan Posers.
Yeah,
and
I was talking to Jonesy about that. I told him that's one of my favorite band names.
It's a great band name. Our bass player's wife came up with it.
It's freaking awesome.
So we were asked to do it, but that band's kind of more seasonal and a little too expensive. So I suggested that the Lucky 13s do it, and I think that we are. We're waiting on one person to confirm whether or not he's going to be in town, and then we're going to do that.
And that's at the Star?
Yeah, it's at the Star Theater.
And what day was that again? I'm sorry.
It's I think it's a Friday, but I'm not sure. It's April 1st.
Oh, so we a little ways away.
Yeah, it's a little ways off.
Okay. Well, we'll have to look forward to that one when that all gets firmed up. I was just going to run over what's happening at the Star if you got a minute.
Sure, go for it.
So, like this weekend, if you're planning your weekend, Lost Ox and Swindler is at the Star. Doors open at 8, shows at 9, and then Corblund with special guest Lauren Morrow. I hope I said that right.
Lauren Morrow.
Yeah, I haven't heard of her, but I have heard of Corblund. So that show is Saturday. 5 o'clock doors open, and then shows at 9, and then Electric Kitchen on Sunday. That's all going down at the Star Theater. You can check that out at startheaterportland.com. Just click on the calendar, and you can scope that out. And then also coming up at the Jack London Review this Wednesday, Albert Cummings will be playing.
This Wednesday.
You're hired. You're hired, man. And then that tickets, you can buy tickets day of. Doors open at 7. And then Pure Vita on Friday. And then it looks like we had a new date for Soul Sunday Review featuring Brika Ditar and Onyx Soul with Eldon T. Jones and special guests Ian Knighton and Tracy J. So I guess it gets a surprise guest too. But that show is happening at the Jack London Review on Saturday. And that doors open at 7. Gets going at 8. That's just a few things happening around downtown. JackLondonReview.com if you want to scope that out. And then, of course, always go to DantesLive.com. I'm going to put this up here so you can see it one more time. DantesLive.com for more information on live music and shows and all the stuff happening. And then, of course, every week, DTPDX Live, we come down here, we hang out. We're going to be here on Mondays now because of Karaoke from Hell, because we think we want to hang around and sing a little after the show.
Yeah.
Why not? But Mr. Batten, thank you for coming down and hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This is, I think, our third or fourth show, so we're excited. We're going to just keep going and keep going and keep going and see what happens.
Right
and more guests every week, and we do appreciate your time. So
All
if
right.
people want to find more about your bands and stuff, do you have a website or anything like that? Or just follow you on social media?
For Problems, you can find stuff about that band at problems.com, Weaklings, weaklings.com, Lucky 13s, I think that there's Facebook pages and shit. I got off social media, so
good for you.
I've been off of it for about a year now.
Good for you.
And I fucking have no idea what's going on at all with anybody anymore. I'm like, I'm the last to know anything.
You're the last man standing.
But I know that through like YouTube and Facebook, you can find Lucky 13s, Weaklings, Problems, all those bands, Darlings, Edgar Allan Posers.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking time and hanging out with us here from the booth today.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. This is DTPDX Live. I'm Justin McDonald. We are live at Dante's. We're here every week. Look for us. And, of course, follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Downtown PDX Live. Good times. We're there. Check it out. I'm out of here. Make sure and check back next week and keep on keeping on.